Greetings, Aztec Schools. One of our esteemed administrators, Miss Cox, has an extra challenge for me this week converting a file from a PDF into a collaborative cloud file type. So I'm going to consider different file types and what they would do and what their limitations would be, all in 5 minutes. You can find this template in Google Docs template gallery if you'd like to use this to document your MLSS intervention. How it started out as a PDF. Now they can annotate with Cami and all be in the file at the same time, even the free version. When you're opening with Cami and you're annotating, okay, you're able to just draw a check mark and save the most recent version here. Save changes now. To turn a PDF into a Google Doc, one of the fastest ways you can do it is go to your drive and find that PDF in your drive. This is the PDF that I want. So I'm going to select it. I'm going to click the More Actions and click Open with Google Docs. To have a list of check boxes in Google Docs means it's a list of things you're going to check off, not highlight that you've done. So for an intervention form, you want to highlight the things that you're checking off, not cross them out. Now, just because check boxes don't mean the same thing that you'd like them to mean in this particular work task, doesn't mean you can't use Google Docs. And in fact, it may still be the best one because if I turn it into a Google slide, it's going to seem really small. The text boxes won't enlarge like they would with a Google Doc. So if you have more than just a tiny little bit to write, you're going to be text boxing on top of each other if you're both in the same file. So let's just take a look. Instead of this check evidence-based instruction used, I'm going to say place an X for, because then they don't have to look up special symbols to find a check mark. They can just put in an X if they use that intervention for that kid. Anything that's a blank can end up being a table. Click my mouse where I want the table to be, go up to insert, and I pick table, student name, ID, date, school teacher, grade. That's 5 things. And I want them to be boxes that they fill in. So I'm going to go 2 columns, 5 blanks, and I'm not going to do student name and ID and grade. And the original PDFs, take a look here. Yes and no's. So there's 4 yes and no's that they want in there. So I'm going to say 3 columns for this. Insert table, 3 columns. Anyway, if I forget to do a row, I can always click in the last row, right click, and insert row below. All right, maybe I'll make another insert row above, and I'll say yes, no, yes or no was student progress monitored. All right, so I've inserted a drop down here, reviewed, revised, discontinued, because it was one of the things that you're supposed to answer in this question within a question. How did I insert a drop down? You go up to insert and choose drop down. And here's the drop down that I just made and inserted there. The very first option you gray out so that it's the directions for the drop down. So choose the status is what I wanted the top one to say, and I want it to hang out on that one so people are directed to choose the status by clicking on it and choosing. And you can make these whatever colors you want, but everybody will be able to put what their part is of this documentation. Now everybody could get to this form if they go to Google Docs Home and they click on Template Gallery and they click here